Weichert Realtor Southern Coast video training resource. Today's lesson is going to be SkySlope, how to create a new transaction. So we're going to first thing go to our browser, and the best way to get to all your resources is Weichert Works. So let's sign into Weichert Works first. And then from here we're going to click on links and find SkySlope. There it is right there. So click on SkySlope. It should open up a new tab on the login screen. If you get this error, you just click on SkySlope again and you should be good to go. So there it is. I am logged into SkySlope. Now your screen is going to look a little different than mine. You're going to have a create transaction button right here, and that's what you would click. For me, we're just going to pretend that you did that, and I'm going to go in and create a transaction. Okay. So once you create a transaction, first thing it's going to ask is the address, and this uses Bing, or Google. There you go. So we can use Google to ensure that it is a correct address. There it is. And of course, all the red fields are what are required before you can go next. So you're going to need to put in the agent, which is you. So scroll down, find your name, put in the MLS number, the address is there, what type. Let's just put this as a sale, because that's what the transaction, create new transaction, is for. Closing date, and then of course your acceptance date is the date that you are ratified. So we'll just say that's today. And pick your office. You need some info on the property, when it was built. Source is talking about the client, itself. Where did you get the client? So a lot of choices here. Be as accurate as you can. If you got a company generated lead, you can use an office lead. If it's you got it from an open house, there's open house here. If it's your sphere of influence, that's what SOI is. So we'll hit SOI for that one, which means office lead is a no. And then of course the sales price. So pop in a sales price, and then lastly the checklist type. So what type of transaction is this? Is this residential? Is it a lot? Commercial? So let's do residential. And you have your zip. So all the red fields are filled out. You don't have to worry about the APN or the file ID. At this point you can hit next. Okay, so now it's going to ask for some contact information here. So first thing is going to be the seller, which we can put in now if you don't have the seller, you represent the buyer, just the first and last name is good to go. If you do have any further information, go ahead and fill it out. Now on your client, the buyer in this case, you want to make sure that you fill it out the most you can. Okay, so once you put the red fields in, you hit next, and it'll take you to the purchaser, tenant, the buyer, so to speak. Oops, sorry, you hit save first, and then you can click next and put in your buyer's name. So definitely got to fill out the red field minimal. Definitely want to get that email as well. And if you have their home address or a PO, go ahead and pop that in there. Hit save and then hit next. Now this section here is the only time that you're not going to use all the red fields, and that's because of this little asterisk at the top. It says at minimum one of the three must be entered to continue. So title company, you won't fill this out. Escrow company, you will not fill this out. Attorney company, you will. So we'll put in the attorney's name. And then of course this isn't red, but definitely make sure you always put in the firm in there as well, along with an email. Okay, so you hit save, and now you can scroll back to the top and click next. This is where you're going to put in the agent on the other side, and make sure you put in their phone number all the red fields again. Definitely need to ensure you get their email, so pop that in. And hit save. So if you have a cash deal, excuse me, once you hit save, then you can then hit next. Oh, SkySlope Smart, it knew that I didn't put one in. There we go. SkySlope's too smart. There we go. So now we're going to hit next. So if your buyer is financing, definitely want to pop in the lender information here. Fill it all out to the best of your knowledge. Ensure you get the company, their name, the email, their phone number, and hit next. If it's a cash, just leave it blank. Home warranty, same thing. If there's going to be a home warranty in here, pop in the home warranty company. Any notes that you want to provide in there, and hit next. Miscellaneous contacts there as well. But once you fill all this out, you hit submit, and you've pretty much got this started. Now all you have to do is take care of a couple more things. Commission. So typically you'll get 3% on one side, and then you can click submit. Again, just the red fields is what's required here. Okay, so the checklist. This is what you're going to need to do to finish this up. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things that must get put in here in order for this transaction to get started for approval from the transaction coordinator. Okay, so the best way to do this, since you probably already have the files on your computer, is click Documents, and then upload the documents into this transaction. So all you have to do is go over here and click Upload Document, and that's going to let you pick the documents on your computer. Here we go. I'm going to just put 2 of them in here. Hit open. On this side right here, you'll see it load up and then ask you to start the upload. So you click Start Upload, and then it'll load up and they'll show up right there. So now that you have them in here, now we have to get them from here into the checklist. And this is very simple. You're just going to click Split, and you're going to assign them into the checklist by what the document is called. So the left side is what you need to name the document for the checklist to be with the corresponding page. So this would be just an example, a listing agreement. So this is page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 pages. Let's just pretend this is a contract to purchase. So you would put, you just type contract, there it is. And then it's page 1 through 5. Hit split and assign, and that's going to pop them into your checklist. So that document's done. Right, so you see that one's pending, and we got a few more to do. So we can go back to documents. You should have documents in here already. Like I said, we uploaded them, so now you can do the other document, which is this one right here. We can click split. And this one would be the agency disclosure, the new agency disclosure document right here. So we'll just type in AG, and there's agency disclosure required. And how many pages? Well, 1, 2. So we're going to do 1, 2, page 2, and then we'll just scroll back up and click split and assign. And that's how you get your documents into the checklist. Okay, so that's how simple it is to start the transaction. Anything that you upload into here, the transaction coordinator will be aware of, and they'll start looking. Now, you have to get them all, and you do need to do a pending cover sheet, which you will have to get off of Wycard Works. So I will be making a video on just a pending cover sheet for when you create a transaction. But that's how simple it is to get this process started. At this point, you're done. You can click on your hyperlink, and of course, the best way to get back to your transactions, any of them, whether they're listings or they're pendings, is to use this little magnifying glass and type in the address for it, or you can actually just type in your name, and you'll see there it is, the one I just created, and you'll be able to find it that way. So that is a great feature, so you can always go right back to that transaction and get any information you need or add more things to it. So definitely use that feature in there. But that's how you create a transaction. So if you have any question, please reach out to us. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. And as always, I will see you next time.